Chapter 26, Wonderful Krishna. The cowherd men were astonished when they saw Krishna's activities, such as lifting Govardhan Hill. Unable to understand his transcendental potency, they approached Nanda Maharaj and spoke as follows.
Since this boy performed such extraordinary activities, how could he warrant a birth among worldly men like us? A birth that for him would seem contemptible.
How could this 7-year-old boy playfully hold up the great hill Govardhan with just one hand, just as a mighty elephant holds up a lotus flower?
As a mere infant who had hardly yet opened his eyes, he drank the breast milk of the powerful demoness Putana, and then sucked out her very life air as well, just as the force of time sucks out the youth of one's body.
Once, when only 3 months old, little Krishna was crying and kicking up his feet as he lay beneath a huge cart. Then the cart fell and turned upside down, simply because it was struck by the tip of his toe.
At the age of 1, while sitting peacefully, he was taken up into the sky by the demon Charnavarta. But the baby Krishna grabbed the demon's neck, causing him great pain and thus killed him.
Once, his mother tied him with ropes to a mortar because she had caught him stealing butter. But then, crawling on his hands, he dragged the mortar between a pair of Arjun trees and pulled them down.
Another time, when Krishna was tending the calves in the forest together with Balaram and the cowherd boys, the demon Bakasura came with the intention of killing Krishna, but Krishna seized this inimical demon by the mouth and tore him apart.
Desiring to kill Krishna, the demon Vatsa disguised himself as a calf and entered among Krishna's calves. But Krishna killed the demon, and using his body enjoyed the sport of knocking kapitha fruits down from the trees.
Together with Lord Balaram, Krishna killed the jackass demon and all his friends, thereby securing the safety of Talavana Forest, which abounded with fully ripened palm fruits.
After arranging for the mighty Lord Balaram to kill the terrible demon Pralamba, Krishna saved Vraja's cowherd boys and their animals from the forest fire.
Krishna chastised the most poisonous serpent Kaliya, and after humbling him, he drove him forcefully from the lake of the Yamuna. In this way, the Lord made the water of that river free from the snake's powerful poison.
Dear Nanda, how is it that we and all the other residents of Raj cannot give up our constant affection for your son? And how is it that he is so spontaneously attracted to us?
On the one hand, this boy is only 7 years old, and on the other, we see that he has lifted great Govardhan. Therefore, O King of Raj, I doubt that your son arises within us. A doubt about your son arises within us.
O cowherd men, just hear my words, and let your doubts concerning my son be gone. Some time ago, Garga Muni, the great sage, spoke to me as follows about this boy.
Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors, white, red, and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometimes appeared previously as the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are learned sometimes call this child Vasudeva. For this son of yours, there are many forms and names according to his transcendental qualities and activities. These are known to me, but people in general do not understand them. To increase the transcendental bliss of the cowherd men of Gokul, this child will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only, you will surpass all difficulties. O Nanda Maharaj, as recorded in history, when there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, and when honest people were being harassed and disturbed by the thieves, this child appeared in order to curb the rogues and to protect the people and enable them to flourish. Demons cannot harm the demigods who always have Lord Vishnu on their side. Similarly, any person or group attached to all auspicious Krishna cannot be defeated by enemies. Therefore, O Nanda Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayan. In his transcendental qualities, opulence, name, form, and influence, he is exactly like Narayan. Thus you should not be astonished by his activities.
After Garga Rishi thus spoke these words to me and returned home, I began to consider that Krishna, who keeps us free from trouble, is actually an expansion of Lord Narayan.
Having heard Nanda Maharaj relate the statements of Garga Muni, the residents of Vrindavan became enlivened. Their perplexity was gone, and they worshipped Nanda and Lord Krishna with great respect. Indra became angry when his sacrifice was disrupted, and thus he caused rain and hail to fall on Gokula, accompanied by lightning and powerful winds, all of which brought great suffering to the cowherds, the animals, and the women there. When Lord Krishna, who is by nature always compassionate, saw the condition of those who had him as their only shelter, he smiled broadly and lifted the Govardhan Hill with one hand, just as a small child picks up a mushroom to play with it. In this way, he protected the cowherd community. May he, Govinda, Lord of the cows, and the destroyer of Indra's false pride, be pleased with all of us. Chapter 27. After Krishna had lifted Govardhan Hill and thus protected the inhabitants of Braj from the terrible rainfall, Surabhi, the mother of the cows, came from her planet to see Krishna. She was accompanied by Indra. Indra was very ashamed of having offended the Lord and approached him in a solitary place. Indra fell down and laid his helmet, whose effulgence was as bright as the sun, upon the Lord's lotus feet. Indra, who now heard of and seen the transcendental power of the omnipotent Krishna and his false pride in being the Lord of the three worlds, was thus defeated. Holding his hands together in supplication, he addressed the Lord as follows.
Your transcendental form, a manifestation of pure goodness, is undisturbed by change, shining with knowledge, and devoid of passion and ignorance. In you does not exist the mighty flow of the modes of material nature, which is based on illusion and ignorance. How then could there exist in you the symptoms of an ignorant person, such as greed, lust, anger, and envy, which are produced by one's previous involvement in material existence, and which cause one to become further entangled in material existence? And yet, as the Supreme Lord, you impose punishment to protect religious principles and curb down the wicked. You are the Father and spiritual master of this entire universe, and also its supreme controller. You are insurmountable time, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Indeed, in your various incarnations, selected by your own free will, you act decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves masters of this world. Even fools like me, who proudly think themselves universal lords, quickly give up their conceit and directly take to the path of the spiritually progressive when they see you are fearless even in the face of time. Thus you punish the mischievous only to instruct them. Engrossed in pride over my ruling power, ignorant of your majesty, I offended you. O Lord, may you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but let my consciousness never again be so impure. You descend into this world, O transcendent Lord, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth and create many terrible disturbances. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Great Soul, who are all-pervading and who reside in the hearts of all. My obeisances unto you, Krishna, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. Unto him who assumes transcendental bodies according to the desires of his devotees, unto him whose form is itself pure consciousness, unto him who is everything, who is the seed of everything, and who is the soul of all creatures, I offer my obeisances. My dear Lord, when my sacrifice was disrupted, I became fiercely angry because of false pride. Thus I tried to destroy your cowherd community with severe rain and wind. Oh Lord, you have shown mercy to me by shattering my false pride and defeating my attempt to punish Vrindaban. To you, the Supreme Lord, spiritual master and supreme soul, I have now come for shelter.